Welcome to Medica Nova Wellness Studio. I'm Angelika Maria Koch with your educational videos about how to live optimal health and vibrant well-being as I continue to guide you step by step through an amazing and life transformative process, empowering you to connect with your body and soul in a completely new way again. So I hope you had a great summer so far. I just returned from 6 weeks traveling to Europe and different countries, where I allowed myself to take the time and the space to sit back, to reflect, to have a look at my life, and also to return to the voice of my truth again. I hope you can do that as well. Let's continue with the Discovery series of the Radical Chakra Healing in the New World, and now with the Fifth Chakra called VISHUDDHA, Part 1, which is all about speaking the voice of your truth. Remember, in this Part 1 videos of each chakra, I want to share with you the metaphysical description of the suggested chakra, followed in 2 weeks then with Part 2, where I share with you great information about how to heal common physical ailments associated to the chakra with natural and effective therapeutic tools. To stay updated, I appreciate if you subscribe to my channel and share and like it with your friends and family or anybody who is interested in how to live optimal health. I also want to encourage you to have a look at my website medicanova.net at the online academy, where you find great home study courses in first aid homeopathy for the whole family and beyond, and another course in first aid homeopathy for birthing life, during pregnancy, labor, postnatal care, and a third course in quantum healing. And if you're interested in a personal health consultation for yourself or your children, you can contact me at my email health@medicanova.net. So the fifth chakra is all about speaking the truth, your truth, and being truthful to yourself. Now, the act of traveling is a great experience to be truthful to yourself, particularly if you don't speak the language. So in the beginning, we have the hand gestures and the basic imagery, and your message has to be very clear, very precise. And the less complicated, the better the result. So you can actually buy a loaf of bread, for example. So the fifth chakra is all about teaching you to be truthful to yourself, to speak your truth, to express your truth, and ultimately to become the living form of your truth. I always refer to my great authors, Dharma, Singh, Khalsa, and Stauth, in the book Meditation is Medicine, who say the fifth chakra is all about the twinkle of the eye, in the eye, you know, the spirit and the fire, where really your personality comes through. Now, the fifth chakra is also related to the upper three chakras, which really have to do with mind and spirit. And the lower chakras more with the human perception. And we talked about the elements of the earth, the air, the fire, and the water, as well as the senses and their attributes. For example, survival or the relationship to oneself and the other, as well as being creative and confident and loving. Now, the fifth chakra is ruled by the element of the ether, and I'm not talking here about the gas or when you have an anesthetic going under surgery. I'm talking about here the original substance of the universe. So more precisely, ether was thought to be the condition of time and space that allowed matter to exist. So the world around us emerged from ether and was organized by the activity that is most closely associated with the throat chakra vibration. So the throat chakra is very much related to the planet of Venus, to the metal of copper, to the color of blue. That's why I've chosen my turquoise necklace today. Turquoise is a great color for the throat chakra. And also the sense of hearing and listening. So the first chakra, maybe you remember, was related to the sense of smell, and the second chakra to taste. The third chakra, Manipura, was related to sight, and we have Anahata, our heart chakra, was related to touch. And now we want to activate the sense of hearing and listening. So the fifth chakra is closely aligned with the genesis, or the seed of existence. The creative seed power of the fifth chakra is linked to a person's existence before birth. So to be whole and to express your soul, the seed of being associated with the throat chakra must resonate with the original word that organized the matter of the universe. Do you see how high the stakes are here? Responsibility to be truthful to yourself and others. Because your word has to resonate with the divine beingness of this universe. This is your responsibility. So choose your words well. And we easily can say, oh, I speak my truth. Truth, can be vulnerable, exposing yourself. And it's sometimes hard and scary. But try to live your truth and you enjoy life much more. So simply in another way of saying is clearly state what is truly inside of you. Because that is the core of your truth. And of course, truth always prevails. So the fifth chakra empowers your ability to speak the truth, but also truth empowers the fifth chakra. They go hand in hand here. What doesn't work so well here with the fifth chakra are lies or negative talking or, unfairly judging others or gossiping. Remember, the Kundalini wants to rise up, all the way up to the top of the head and even beyond. Now, if you block the energy here, you not allow the energy to come up, but literally you block your spiritual path to go further. And you don't want to do that. Also, the fifth chakra, of course, is very much related to your organs, and in this case here, the thyroid or the parathyroid. Also the cervical vertebrae, and of course the larynx and the trachea. Now, if one chakra is blocked, it just affects the rest of it. So one form of lie that is particularly harmful and negative and self-destructive is this sort of like degrading yourself or making yourself smaller. Oh, I can't do that, or I always make this mistake, I'm sure I do it again. This kind of talk. It's not great for the fifth chakra. So these self-fulfilling prophecies not only undercut the power of the psyche, but also weaken the ethereal energy of the fifth chakra's organs. So if you find yourself frequently saying that, just stop talking for a day. It really is great. So as I said, I was just a week in Italy and driving through Tuscany. Listen, if you are unhappy and you drive through Tuscany, which is so damn beautiful, you ought to be happy. There's no way around it. So change your language. Just say, I can do it. Success to me comes easily, right? The struggle is over. Just try it. Change the frequency within the words. Elevate yourself up. So you really get in touch with what's inside of you. Don't be too pessimistic about life. Life in general is good. It's not all bad. So another extremely common type of lie is this prideful statement, which is usually very a defensive posture, and people who let it all out, they usually have a lot of doubts within themselves inside. And I'm thinking about the homeopathic remedy lycopodium here. Maybe refer to the previous videos here when I talk about homeopathic remedies. There's this boastful attitude, and I know it all, but inside there's this lack of confidence and even fear of failure. So pride can be expressed in different forms. It can be the physique, the strengths, the morals, the virtues, wealth, of course, social status, maybe even the spiritual path, and, about the guru stuff here, and, the psychic powers, or the beauty and the fashion and the handsomeness. There's nothing wrong with, feeling good and have wonderful attributes. But don't mix them up here with the fifth chakra. In fact, be grateful. Truth is about grace. and gratefulness. So when pride blocks the upward flow of the healing Kundalini energy, this energy must necessarily fall back then to the lower chakras, where they get trapped and stagnant, and they really block the mind, body and spirit direction then for you. So pride, as well as other manifestation of the ego, also interferes with the ability to properly hear, right? Because by then you just want to hear yourself. You don't have the patience and the time anymore to listen to the other, right? Because it's all about yourself. So people with tinnitus, just throw out a little hint here. You know, they hear this ringing, so it stops them to listen to the other. It stops them to engage in their daily chores. You know, they find this annoying. But maybe, you know, there is a blocked fifth chakra happening here. Just a little hint. The most important, you know, physical structure here governed by the fifth chakra is, of course, the thyroid. And it all has to do with the metabolic rate, about your temperature, about your digestive organs, just general functioning of the entire body. So if the thyroid is overactive, we have hyperthyroidism, and then we have this, you know, weight loss, the hyperactivity, the agitation, and the whole metabolism doesn't work. Now, if it's under-functioning, we have hypothyroidism, and then people can't lose weight, and we have the hair loss, and we have the depression, and the cold hands and feet, right? Nothing is working. But just as the throat chakra is associated with the physical aspect of the metabolism, it's also associated to the ethereal metabolism. That means the metabolism of your ethereal body. And in the vortex, you know, of the throat chakra, we have the upward energy coming up as well as the downward energy. They meet there, they swirl around, they get broken down, they put back together in a new way, and that in itself is expressed by your voice. That's your signature, right? That's your personality. And this in itself is essentially a metabolic function, similar to the action of the physical metabolism, which is governed by the thyroid. Now, the thyroid is an endocrine gland, as well as we have lots of here in the upper chakras with the hypothalamus, pituitary, pineal gland, thyroid, and then in the lower chakras with the adrenals, pancreas, ovaries, and testes. The endocrine gland system is a very refined system, and it's not just to do only with the function to produce hormones and to talk with each other, but it's very much related to your spiritual path. So really start activating and nurturing these glands. So in the metabolic process of refining one's ethereal energies, a person also defines his or her personality. Your voice defines you. You know, people, when they hear me talking, they said, oh, I recognize your voice. It's not just because I have an accent, but they recognize this is Angelica, and you have your own signature voice. So the throat chakra is also perceived as the primary site of the will, right? To be assertive needs a willpower. To speak your truth needs a willpower. And as I said before, speaking your truth can be scary, because if you withhold your truth, then you are sort of shielded from criticism or feedback from the others, from the outside coming towards you, and it's safe. But really speaking your truth makes you vulnerable. And as I said, vulnerability and truth go hand in hand here. Don't be afraid to stand up to yourself as well as the other. As I said, only truth survives and only truth endures. So in the next video, in part 2, I want to share with you how to heal naturally the thyroid disorders today. But I always want to finish with a great exercise which helps you maybe to, now in the next 2 weeks before we go into part 2, to really opening, get in touch with the throat chakra. So I want to stand up for this. I want you to interlace your hands and touch your thumbs here lightly. And you want to place that hand gesture right in front of your stomach. And I want you to sing with me or chant with me the word HAM, H-A-M. So we want to breathe in and breathe out first. I choose to keep my eyes open right now because I really want to connect with you, but you can close your eyes. So let's breathe in. Let's breathe out. Let go. Breathe in again. Breathe out. Breathe in. Let's do it again. Really push out that sound HAM from the back of your throat. HAM. What really surprises me with these sounds, they know exactly where to give birth to. Right, in the first chakra, for example, in the Muladhara, we had Lam. In the second chakra, Swadhisthana, we had Vam. In the third chakra, Manipura, we had Ram. And the fourth chakra, the Anahata, we had Yam. And now we have Ham. Ham cannot come from the lower chakra. It has to come from the throat chakra. So let's finish off this video with our self-question examination from the book of Caroline Myss of Anatomy of the Spirit. Be truthful here. Take some paper and take your time and ponder on these questions and really try to answer them from your truth. So what is your definition of being strong-willed? Who are the people in your life that have control over your willpower and why? Do you see to control others? If so, who are they and why do you need to control them? Are you able to express yourself honestly and openly when you need to? If not, why not? What are the fears? Are you able to sense when you are receiving guidance to act upon? Do you trust guidance that has no proof of the outcome attached to it? So when I was driving through Italy right now, through Tuscany, I didn't have a map. I knew the direction, north, east and south and so. But I just wanted to be spontaneous and I didn't know what was around the next corner. That is a great exercise to get in touch with the voice of your truth. Where does it want to go? Right? Don't be afraid of it. It knows. Do you pray for assistance with your personal plans? Or are you able to say, I will do what heavens directs me to do? What makes you lose control of your own willpower? Do you bargain with yourself in situations in which you know you need to change, but you continuously postpone taking actions? That's a good one for me right now. So, we all learn here. If so, identify those situations and your reasons for not wanting to act. So again, as I mentioned before in the beginning of the video, have a look at my website, medicanova.net, at the home study courses, and have a go for it. Educate yourself. So what's so unique about these home study courses in First Aid Homeopathy and Quantum Healing? Not only are they beautifully presented with text files, but they go over 16 weeks with more than 50 hours study material with videos and audios. But also I will guide you personally through the entire material, and therefore I give you an individual tutorial, which you usually do not get with online courses. I also have a message here to everyone that I want these courses to be affordable for everybody, beginners as even already healthcare practitioners. I teach these courses at the University of New Mexico. As you can see, the quality is very high, but I want to make them affordable and accessible to everyone. And you can do that. So don't be afraid. Listen to your truth here, and I see you in 2 weeks. In the meantime, much love. Take care. Send you all my love.